Step 2 of the opportunity engine is making it a habit, because every process, every system needs a way to stick. And if it is not a habit, we tend to forget. We get busy. We push it backwards. We tell ourselves we will do it later. And later usually means next week, then next month, then suddenly we have not reached out to important people in 2 years. That is why business development cannot rely on motivation. It needs a rhythm. A lot of people think networking has to be that big event. They think it has to be something very heavy lift. They imagine hours of outreach, big dinners, long events, or massive campaigns. But that is not always the point. Networking is not always a big event. It is not always a heavy lift. The goal is to build a daily habit that can change the game, because consistency beats intensity any day. And we know that top-of-mind awareness comes from consistency. When clients decide who to give work to, they often choose the person who came to mind, the person they had a conversation with, the person they worked with before, the person they associate with a specific problem, project, or area of expertise. That is why staying visible matters. And how do you stay visible? By reaching out to your network regularly. So you create your own opportunity because you are top of mind when the opportunity arises. But the only way to do that consistently is to make it a habit. The way we teach it is by looking at your daily habits. Look at what you already do every day. Then find a place where you can add a 15 to 30 minute business development habit. And yes, it should be daily. Some people do it once a week. But the problem with once a week is that it becomes one big block of time. And if you miss it, there is a whole week where you do not do any business development. So try to stick to this habit every day. It does not need to be complicated. It does not need to take over your calendar. 15 to 30 minutes each day. That is the rule. Find a consistent time every day where you can do this habit. For example, every day when you get your first coffee in the office, the first thing you do before you start answering client emails is your BD habit. Or maybe you already answered urgent emails. Then the first thing you do when you sit down with your coffee is reach out to 3 clients or contacts. That will help you be consistent. Using a BD habit is so powerful because if you do it at the same time every day, it will create so much opportunity for you just because you are consistent with it. There is a simple way to think about this. In the fitness world, there is an example. Every day when you brush your teeth, you also do 20 squats. The point is not the squats. The point is that you attach a new habit to something you already do automatically. You already brush your teeth. You already get coffee. You already open your laptop. You already go to lunch. You already end your day. So attach the business development habit to something that already exists. That is how you make it automatic. For one person, it might be coffee in the morning. For another person, it might be before lunch. We have seen someone who never goes to lunch before reaching out to 3 clients. For someone else, it might be the last 20 minutes before closing the laptop. The exact moment matters less than the consistency. Find the rhythm that works best for you. Find the moment where you are not going to even think about it. You just do it. That is the point. It becomes automatic. One of the most successful people we have worked with was a private equity partner at one of the world's highest grossing law firms. His rule was simple. Every day before he started work, he reached out to 3 clients. Every day, Monday to Sunday. Now, we are not saying you need to do Saturday and Sunday. That is a bit hardcore, but that simple rule was a powerful tool. He used it for 20 years. And it created an amazing, incredible network. It developed millions in fees every year. Not because the system was complicated, not because every message was perfect, not because he waited until he had a full strategy document, because he was consistent. That is what most professionals underestimate. They think business development is about doing a lot at once, but opportunities do not come from a single intense push. They come from small, repeated actions. So here is the question. Where in your day can you add 15 to 30 minutes before your first coffee, with your first coffee, before you open your inbox, before lunch, at the end of the day? Pick one. Protect it. Then use that time to reach out to 3 people, not 100 people, 3 people. Because the goal is not volume. The goal is consistency and value. If you do that every day, or at least with a clear rhythm during your work week, your network changes. Your visibility changes, your opportunities change, and over time, your book of business changes. That is why step 2 is so important. Make it a habit, because if business development depends on having time, it will not happen. But if it becomes part of your day, it becomes part of how you work. And when it becomes part of how you work, it starts creating opportunity. Consistency beats intensity any day.